difficulties.
Truly technical difficulties. Is it picking up our voices? Yeah, it is picking up our voices.
Is that feeling better, maybe?
Huh?
Is that feeling better?
It's like right here.
That's a stress headache.
That's weird. Well, I guess it's fine.
Just stressed out.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's charging right now.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to get this shit repaired before next week because I don't. This was a nice laptop. That's why I don't want to give it like just get a new one because this is a nice laptop, but shit, the charger's pissing me off.
Yeah, mine would be the charger.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to see what's up. We're going to a fucking town. Is that where we last left off before my laptop died? We are still streaming. I made sure.
Yeah, it was something along the lines of when should we do this?
And they said all tomorrow early morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then we left off it just being like, fuck. And then Monty's like, your family's never gonna forgive you for this shit. And he's like really sad. And she's like, at least you didn't die. Trying to make him feel better.
Helpful, Monty, always.
Yeah, she's like, shit.
What did they do over the night?
Amani and Idris.
Sleep.
Amani's trying to plan.
Well, I assume everyone else would sleep.
Amani's trying to plan what's next, as I guess Idris can't really go anywhere. So she's just stuck.
So that's going well for her. Okay. Everyone goes to sleep. Everyone.
No one gets any weird dreams.
No one gets any weird.
Nobody gets any
Okay,
weird
we
dreams.
passed that.
Nobody gets any weird dreams.
Nobody gets any weird dreams. And everyone wakes up.
Yay.
And
It's the next morning.
I guess we're ready to execute the plan.
Yes.
We are ready.
Ooh.
Is that Deadbolt? Or
No,
is it just
Mary.
it's Mary? We go. Sabora gets to be a third person party watching as they walk across the fucking place as Soren and the kids.
Yeah, I imagine her and Lucian have like a little
And
window.
Haydn.
Binoculars?
And then Haydn is with them and is like, okay, we have to look like we're looking for Amani, which we technically are, but don't try to look, I guess, suspicious.
You know what? Fucking, Kalani, starts doing, she's got pretty good survival, so she literally starts looking for tracks and shit. And you just see fucking Hale, who's like using his magic to fucking sense the surrounding area.
And then Soren just kind of like,
And Soren's like,
I know, 'cause he
looking
can't really
around,
use
he's
it.
like, wow, this is a dreary city.
And then Haydn's like also being like, and then, as they're all just looking, Amani's like, I imagine Lucian and Sabora in the distance, and all the.
I want to imagine what Amani thinks of all of this. Like, what is Amani thinking when she fucking senses them all there?
She's like, are they stupid? Like, literally, she's like, they think I'm just gonna come up there and be like, oh. I imagine Sabora and Lucian are Adia and then Amani, and they're just on the. Well, Amani, just Amani, because she didn't bring Idris. She's like, Idris had enough of the fucking shit. Like, and she's like, she wants to observe it. She's on the other side, so they're both on the opposite sides. And Amani's like, why the fuck are they look like that? Amani's like, are they stupid? Like, I think I'm just gonna.
What's Flasher doing?
I don't know. I don't think she went.
Oh, that's why Deadbolt wins, because Flasher
Yeah,
wins.
because they bring all the kids as a bait.
Oh, that's right. They're taking all the kids. She's looking. She's just walking around, to be honest.
Deadbolt is standing behind Slasher and just guarding her.
Amani's like, what the fuck are they playing at? And she just kind of just sits there and watches them be stupid little idiots. She's like...
I mean, they look pretty convincing. They're pretty convincing searchers.
Well, I mean, they are actually are searching for her. But she's like, why would... She's like... she snaps her finger, like she kind of casts a spell, so it like hits right on the town. So it's like, oh, she's right there. Like kind of like a disguised little.
Hale goes, there!
They walk over. It's like a barrel, and they open it. It's filled with fish, like
And he's like,
smelly ass fish.
he's like, bruh. And he fucking blows it
Bruh.
up.
And then she casts it again somewhere else.
I don't believe her.
Haddon's like she knows we're here. She's letting us know that
Playing games.
she is, and she probably sees that she's not going to come out like this.
What do you mean she's not coming? Dad?
She likes to test her luck, but she must know something else is
What?
going
Too
on.
many of us? Monty thinks she's weak against 3 kids and 2 adults.
Can Amani make an Arcana to see if she can sense Sabora and Lucian?
Yeah!
2 adults?
3. Yeah.
What
I'm
did you say?
sorry. I can't do math.
I didn't become a math major.
I'm not into math major.
Let's see here. I gotta open up a fucking sheet on here because I don't trust my laptop. Fucking 10.
No.
She's like, And he's like, I don't really like my chances here. Too observant. Thinking about what Amani would do, she's like,
Lonnie says, we split up.
Amani's trying not to laugh, like,
Scooby-Doo gang. We'll find her like that. She's gotta be somewhere around here.
and Hayden's like, how should we split up?
How many of us are there here?
So Hayden, so we have 3, we have
3 adults and
5.
Soren,
Oh, 4.
Deadbolt,
5, 6.
and then 3 kids.
Yes,
Yeah,
six.
so 6. So 3 and 3.
So who should go with who? Soren with the kids and Soren with
Soren with the kids.
Soren with
Maybe Hayden with his kids.
and then Deadbolt, Slasher, and Soren together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we walk. Do 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 do. And Amani's like, oh my god. Amani's like,
Kalani's just bouncing around, like looking, like we're gonna find her.
and Amani snaps her fingers again to have another decoy.
She's
inside
a
the house.
liar. And Hale's like, definitely a lie. I can sense this one, and I know it's a decoy.
I want to laugh at Amani actually putting herself right there. Like,
Frame my nose.
I imagine Amani. Imagine she actually put herself there and was like, a decoy, huh? And they're like, pew pew, and she just disappears.
A decoy.
You know, she'll actually do that. She cast it again, right? And she casts another like fake decoy again. This time closer.
Hale says, I can smell it. It's a decoy.
But then and then he hears, really, is it now?
Kalani goes, you stop it! It just fucking runs.
It's funny because she runs towards like the fucking scent, but Amani's actually sitting on a patio chair with a newspaper covering her face. And she watches Kalani walk over to the other direction.
Fucking Hale, and I assume Hayden also follow.
Yeah, and Amani's like,
And Kalani's like, looking around, and she's like, brother, sense her. And Hale's like,
stop, they're so silly.
no, they're
They're so
stupid. They're so dumb.
Hayden's like,
Hale is smart and he can use magic, but he is still working on the whole
yeah,
magic
he's like,
thing.
Amani's basically just messing with him. He's
Yeah.
like, haha, putting it everywhere.
And
As she's sitting on the patio.
Kalani
Like,
is very Kira and puts a lot of faith in Hale.
and then Hayden, I bet, is like, looks behind him and sees
Yeah, I'm
Amani
sure
sitting in the
fucking
damn
Hayden
patio.
knows.
And then all Amani does is laugh, and she's like, your kids aren't very good searchers. And the kids can hear that too.
Hale says, we haven't tried yet.
You're
Do
facing,
you want us to try?
you're facing the wrong direction, one.
Kalani says, do you want us to try?
Then try.
And you see the twins smile.
Mm-hmm.
And they turn around and they say, okay.
Hermione teleports away.
And they kind of glance at each other, then glance at their dad, and they do devious grins.
Hayden's like, be careful with her now.
And you see them split off. And
it's funny because Hermione's not even in town anymore. She's just fucking sitting there again, like.
I know, but they're not stupid.
Oh, they sure ain't.
They can act stupid, but they're not stupid. We'll see what they each get. Okay, Kalani's a little stupid, but Hale's not as stupid. Hale has better Arcana than Kalani. So, Kalani is off base fucking entirely, but she's very confident.
Yeah.
So good on her.
E for effort.
But because I was rolling Arcana for Hale, he got an 11, but since he's a magic user, I would imagine that he probably has similar stats.
You probably can get a sense of where Hermione's at, but can't really be like, there she is, but she's like, she's around here, like this specific cube. I feel
He says aloud, "You're not in the city."
Nope, I'm not. Good catch.
And he says, "But why are you playing games?"
Well, how can I not take the bait that's been laid out in front of me?
Is it bait?
I don't know. You tell me when you're talking about it earlier.
He says, "Or is it us coming here to get revenge for you killing our mom?"
I guess that's what it is.
He seems very serious than when he was with Kalani.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very juxtaposition. Kalani, however, is running around, and she meets back up with her dad, and she's like, "Couldn't find anything."
Hayden's like, I think Hale found something, though.
Did he?
And
He's so smart.
He points towards Hale.
Hale, who are you talking to?
Shut up! And Hermione's like, I guess revenge is due. Truly is.
Hale says, "You make a lot of assumptions."
You won't get your revenge without a price.
And he says, "We're not willing to pay it."
I guess we can only see what the outcomes are. You never know what happens after you do something, do you?
How are elderly Roos?
Doing just fine. That's a lie. That's a straight lie. That's a straight lie.
He says, "Oh, because last I heard, Lucian Witten killed their doubles."
Interesting. I guess that's how the ball rolls, doesn't it?
Either you're hiding them or Char has them.
She cannot say anything. She has to be really careful. Or Char's like, hello? Hello? It wouldn't make sense for her to say, I'm holding my own family members. Like, it really wouldn't. That would just
keeping them safe from you bitches.
That would just be like,
I mean, I guess it's fair.
yeah.
It'd be a fair statement, keeping them safe away from
Yeah, sure. So you can just say, y'all gotta protect the thing. Our weakest points, don't we? But at the same time, she's like, she's like internally like, fuck. Fucking Char. Fucking stupid at in her head.
Hale says, "I don't think you're protecting your weakest point, though."
What do you think, Hale? What can you piece together?
That you're your weakest point. He does a Haydn smile.
Mm-hmm.
He does a Haydn smile.
You learn from your father.
He says, "A thing or two." Kalani's like, "What you saying?"
And she's like, I guess we'll be playing games with each other until we see who wins.
Hale fucking cackles and says, Don't underestimate us.
I won't this time.
And he glances at Kalani and says, "Nope, couldn't find her." And
Meanwhile-
Kalani's like, "Damn it!"
Shut up. And meanwhile, Hayden knows that Hale was talking to Amani for sure.
Kalani's like, "What?"
And then Amani probably starts talking to Hayden like, your kids are smart.
One of them is.
She's like, one of them takes right after you. And he's like, what game are you playing at? He's like, it's for me to know. It's only my secret. And then she goes to Deadbolt, Slasher, and Soren. She's like, good to see you again, Slasher.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, all them followers and such. It'd be funny if half of them disappeared or whatever. Lose a following base.
Yeah, what the fuck do you care?
She's talking in her head.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know, I think your father would be devastated if you lost some of your followers.
You think my father would be devastated if I lost some followers?
You're his little princess.
Right.
Which father? Because Deadbolt would let everyone die for her.
Yeah, literally. And she's like, I guess we'll see what happens, but I don't think that being bait is smart.
What are you talking about?
She's like, it's so obvious. You could have planned something better at least. Better game for me to join.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know, what other better ideas do you have? Kidnapping, splitting up in a town looking for me. Oh, she's gonna get one party. Ooh.
You're asking me what my ideas are.
Sure, let's hear them.
Why the fuck should I try you?
You're the villain.
I don't know.
If you're the one that we're trying to get.
I don't know. Wouldn't you want to see more, I guess, fun happening?
Personally, I don't give a fuck. I don't know who think you're talking to.
I don't know. It'd be good for your follower base.
What would?
Good content.
Imagine if you could play a game against me. Those tags would be even more popular than they are now.
Yeah.
So why don't you make a better game? Something with more risk.
Damn, if only games were my thing. Games are not my thing.
Well, I
They're
guess
your thing.
you have to find someone to make one.
And frankly, I don't like you. So.
That's the way she said it. Frankly, I don't like you.
Deadbolt is staring at Slasher. And he's like, are you okay?
Monty's laughing because
Thumbs up.
she thinks Slasher is funny, so she's like, she's.
Are you sure? I have solutions.
She's like,
Monty's sitting there like, she's like, there's no way for me to win this fucking fight.
Hey, Monty.
Yeah.
Leave my daughter alone.
I'm just touching her
No.
brain.
No.
That was very interesting.
No.
She smiles.
She's boring.
She smiles and she's like, I don't know, someone with such devout followers. Such a social media presence.
I feel like saying that they are followers is putting them lightly.
Well, I guess cult members.
Definitely a cult.
It's interesting.
Is it?
Plus, I haven't seen much of your daughter since, you
And
know.
that's probably for the best. We'll keep it that way. He moves and he actually puts fucking Slasher in his fucking chest piece and then closes it.
Sadly, I think I'm gonna be seeing more of her, won't I?
Sadly, I think that I'm going to kill you this time around.
You are?
Yes.
Donnie shrugs and she's like, alright.
The reason that I did not was because Kira asked everyone and said not to. Because Kira is a good person. you betrayed that trust.
She's like, fuck, not this shit again. She's like, fuck. She actually doesn't say anything for a second. She's like, I did.
Do you understand what it means for you to have betrayed Kira?
I very much do.
What does it mean?
Just exactly like she said it to me.
And that is,
We don't need to get into the gritty details of that.
then I'll spell it out for you. You will have no one, and yet you will live forever. Because I will kill you, but I'll make sure that your soul lives.
She's like, sounds fair to me.
Do you think your family's going to want to have anything to do with you after this?
I made my choices.
Who's to say they don't kill you themselves?
I've made my choices, Deadbolt.
Rethink them.
Well, I have no choice but to live with them.
He says, I think that you should rethink them. Because if Kira isn't dead, if she is somewhere, I would hate to be here. Truly. But maybe, if you try and be better, maybe you won't have to face the person in which you betrayed, who gave you a chance, and not even another living person on this planet did. Maybe that's a fate worse than hell.
Make Deadbolt roll a persuasion against Amani for a second. An idea.
Not very persuasive. Oh my god.
What'd he get?
He got a nat 20.
Fuck off! Fuck the fuck off! Fuck the fuck off. And she's like, deals have been made. Whether for better or worse.
He kind of scoffs and says, Amani, you know better than that. You're the queen of healers. There's always other ways. And you know there's one way out of this. If this is the deal that we all think it is. But you are too selfish to choose. Because you're Amani.
Sorry, the nat 20 got me so damn hard. Amani's like,
And he says, I'm sure I'm not the first person who said that to you.
there's only one innocent party that can't be affected by this.
Oh. And who here is innocent?
She can't say it because that's against the deal. She's like,
Because I'll tell you now, there's one person. One. Who doesn't deserve your wrath.
sorry, it's me thinking Leaf dying. Like that, like that's the fucking. Bonnie's like, if Leaf is gonna die, in her head she's like, Leaf is gonna die. Leaf is gonna die if I do this. That's the issue. Leaf is gonna die. That's Lily Amani. She's like, Leaf is gonna be dead. She's like, Leaf is gonna be dead in her head. She's like, Leaf is gonna die. That's the issue, Deadbolt. Leaf is gonna be dead. She was to say it so bad, but she's like,
He says, you shouldn't have made the deal to begin with. And you know it. It wasn't your problem. You should have stayed out of it.
wasn't, but imagine. Can only imagine what would happen.
At least we would have been able to do something as a family that you took that. You were told to stay away, and they got you to try and help, but you made it worse. I'm not very eloquent, and I'm not very good at words, but I have been reading, and I do.
I've been reading.
And I do know you, Bonnie.
Stop
I may
it.
not know you like Kira, and I may not know you like Hayden, but I know you as a dark gift, and I know how you work. And you are slipping.
She can't say anything about the deal. She's like sitting there
He says because whatever consequence there may be for you breaking whatever deal that you decided was so intelligent and so smart to make, you for one didn't trust the people in that room to know how to handle whatever situation came their way. But two, you know better than anyone when you make a contract, you need to be willing to lose what you lose. You have to break it. So what I'm saying is that if you are truly trying to do good here, if everyone's saying that Kira's not dead, alright, then we should just break the contract.
Is it possible to say I cannot speak on this contract? Or is that just no?
Just silence.
Yeah. Might just give silence then.
He says, you can't even do that. Then I don't know why you bother with not taking the bait. Truly. If you're trying so hard to be good and do the right thing, if that is the case here, then why not take the bait? Or do you what? Think this is fun? Are you having fun, Molly?
Robin, sorry, Deadpool. It's cracking me up.
He's annoyed. He's pissed off. He's angry. And Deadbolt doesn't get angry, but he does not fuck with Amani.
No, he does not.
Especially not after Amani killed Kira.
Mm-hmm.
So he's using all of the one brain cell that he has to fucking persuade her, apparently. His books did something.
Yeah, I was like, I'm really thinking
of
of what Imani should do right now, because Imani's like, it's just the issue. She's like, if it was just Abaddon dying, but it's me dying. That's the issue. She's like,
does she give a fuck about Leaf though? Like, to be so
probably a little.
Like, she cares about Abaddon.
Yeah.
A bit.
Yeah.
But as like she cares about him equally comparison to.
Yeah, but she doesn't know jack shit about Leaf, so.
No. So I don't think she'd be too preoccupied.
That's a permadeath for Leaf. He's out. She's probably thinking, because honestly, I'm not sure what route she's probably going to take. He's like, I think. No, she wouldn't break it immediately, but she's like.
And Deadbolt says, I think we're done talking. And he fucking ends the connection. And he says, Slasher.
Yeah.
Whenever bad people talk to you, hang up the phone.
Okay.
They will only spew nonsense and infect your ears. I love you, daughter. I will free you from captivity. And he takes her out of his
Free
tent.
you from cat. I read. I've been
I'm
reading. That
I
read. That really got me right there. I guess everyone convenes back together because
Yeah.
Amani just kind of like still fucking like touching that shit. And Hayden's like, "What did we figure out?"
Deadbolt says, did she speak to you guys too?
Hayden nods. She said, "Only for a bit, though."
What'd she say to you all?
Antagonizing like always, but she
Fail.
seemed more silent.
Hale nods. Deadbolt says, silent indeed.
More silent than usual.
He says, I tried to tell her to break whatever contract if she was a good person.
And did Lucian and Ophelia put together 2 and 2 that if she breaks a contract, Leaf would be dead?
Yeah, yeah.
What is their faces like?
It's like, what? No!
Hayden's like, that means Leaf would be dead. What did Deadbolt say?
Deadbolt says, who is a leaf?
That's his brother.
Oh, sorry for your brother's life.
Wow! Lucian's like,
Bruh. What the fuck? He goes, okay, well,
so
I don't think Amani's going to do that.
once she did, that'd be so crazy.
I don't think she's going to let her family die. Because that's even a little fucked up for Amani.
I don't know which is more fucked up, though. That's what Hayden says. I think both.
I feel like Leaf's been through enough.
I think both ends are getting shit.
Last time Leaf died, someone made a fucking deal, okay? Someone made a wish. Alright? I don't want to go through that again. And now we have fucking Cerberus because of a wish. My god. My god, Sabora.
It'd be so funny if Imani redeemed her ass, but it's like, the sleep's dead, bro. Imani's really like...
Would that be redeeming?
There's nothing Imani can really do.
I don't think there's a solution here for Imani to be redeemed, to be fair, because after she made that deal, like, too far gone.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have made the deal. What would have redeemed her is if she didn't make the deal, and
Yeah.
she fucking actually trusted, Hayden and them to deal with whatever this was.
Yeah. But now she's stuck in it. And she may choose either the fastest route or the longer route right now still. So we'll see.
Well, clearly she's going the longer route because fucking bitch didn't take the bait.
She did not take the bait.
Fucking,
She did a shorter route of killing off fucking Leaf. That'd be so damn funny.
Deadbolt says, but I do think that Kira is alive. I have changed my thought.
Hayden's like, that's what I've been guessing so far.
I talked a lot, and my book reading has paid off. I feel like I was able to succeed in going toe-to-toe with Amani.
Meanwhile, Lucian's like, my brother.
Fucking everybody just staring at Deadbolt like...
And meanwhile, Lucian's like, my brother.
Yeah, Lucian's worried, but he also knows if Amani went this far already that she's not going to be that easily convinced to go, I'm going to go kill my family.
Yeah, no, she's kind of like, fuck.
And fucking, Kalani says, wait, you talked to Amani? And Deadbolt goes, yes, I did in fact talk to Amani. The book reading, as I said, has paid off. And Kalani's like, Deadbolt, and you think you talk to her and convince her of things? And Deadbolt's like, yes.
Hayden's like,
I am very persuasive.
Hayden's like, he probably saw more insight into what Imani is trying to do.
I saw a lot, and she seems very complex.
Seems like she's trying to make a bad deal work.
It seems like she was stupid, and that she's trying to undo stupid. She may have killed Kira, though. I really don't know.
Hayden's
She
like,
wasn't
unless
really
we
clear
hear
about
it from Imani, but...
She did say there was one innocent in all of this who she can't let get hurt. I don't know who that would be. Because in my opinion, There's a lot more than one innocent.
Hayden's like, she's usually less complex than this.
Yeah? Do you think?
Usually straightforward, but it seems like she's dancing around a lot of things.
Well, I suppose unless we have a foolproof plan, there's nothing else we can do.
She's not gonna take our bait, so.
No. And that also means if she does have Kira, then that means that the longer she has Kira, whatever she's doing will send Kira.
Meanwhile, Kira just fucking somewhere.
Meanwhile,
Kira somewhere.
Black. Just
Nothing in the nothingness void. Oh, sorry, Haley, fuck.
water pour everywhere.
Alright, it has a good sea of water.
Yeah, I was like, no water came out.
And as you guys are chatting.
Molly's just looking as she's like,
Kalani says, she didn't talk to me.
Hayden's like, that's a good thing.
Is it?
Yes.
I feel like she doesn't value me as an opponent.
Do you want to talk to her?
Yes.
Guess you can try to contact her if she's been Deadbolt talk to her.
Deadbolt did it? I read books my whole life.
Then
Deadbolt only started 2
Hayden's
years
like,
ago.
it's not dangerous for you to talk to her. Just don't be antagonized by her.
Who would antagonize her?
She just antagonizes you and you get all pissed off and riled up and it gives her the reaction she wants.
Well, why didn't she go out of her way to talk to me?
Probably because...
Maybe she has a plan.
She's playing?
Who
Who said that?
Slasher, because I think...
Sabora might say that.
Sabora came back.
Do you think she had? Do you think that she's actually going to take the bait?
And then you hear...
She might be trying to get out of the
Kalani hears no in her head.
She's like, I heard her. She goes. She's like looking around in her head, like. I think this is the first time I've had someone talk in my head, actually.
I guess you have to get used to it.
You don't sound mean.
She's like, Mommy's like, what? Like, I was like, and I'm like, oh, she's what? But she's like, is she talking aloud? Come on.
No, she's talking in her head. She's like, evil villains usually have evil voices, right? Like Cerberus talks like this. Is what I think in my head.
And Mommy's like, I don't think I need a villain voice.
I feel like you do. I feel like you're just not that scary right now.
She just kind of just like shrugs.
See, like when my mom, when she gets all like angry, right? Her voice echoes.
She's your mom.
Yeah.
There's a difference. She's your mom.
No, because when Dad was in danger, that's what she did. And she was like, hellfire and fury, and all that.
Yes, I do know that.
So why are you doing this?
Deal should not be spoken of. That's a neutral statement.
I'm choosing to believe that you didn't kill my mom. That's why we're talking casually. Because my mom said that it's good and nice to give people second chances. And this is my first time talking to you. So I'm willing to give you a second chance here.
Shut up! And Monty's like, you can believe what you want to.
That's not a no. And that's not a yes. So I'm going to assume that my mom is not dead. Because we'd be having a very different conversation if you did in fact kill my mom. So I feel like that's kind of fucked up. Excuse my language.
She's
I feel
like,
that's kind of
and Monty's like, this really is fucking like post fucking Kira everything.
Pre-Kira everything.
Pre-Kira, pre-Kira everything. She's like, and Monty's like, oh fuck. She's like, you can choose what you want to believe. Because Shar can't hear my conversation, so she doesn't know that she's saying, you can choose what you want to believe.
I choose to believe, despite everyone wanting you dead, that you're an okay person. Because my mom said you're not technically a good person because good people wouldn't do what you did in the past. But also, my mom said that people can make a change and be redeemed.
Save your redeem card for somebody else except me.
Why?
I don't deserve a card such as that.
Why? I mean, I know you've done bad things.
Bad things will continue to happen.
Will they?
She actually doesn't say anything.
She says, You're a lot quieter than my mom and dad said. They said you usually talk very confidently.
Things change, I guess.
People do too. She says, well, everyone else might think you're evil, but I don't think you killed my mom, and I don't think you're completely evil.
Don't be so kind to me.
Why?
There, you should not be.
Well, my mom taught me and raised me that being kind to everyone is a good thing. Even when they're mean to you, it's good to take second chances.
She's like, there's two ends of the spectrum. Deadbolt here, and then this fucking kid. This fucking damn kid. She's like, okay. I'm just warning you.
Like, what? Are you gonna kill one of us?
And
You haven't done it yet.
He's like, she even saved the interest out of that fucking situation, bro. She's like, we'll see what happens.
She says, I may be gullible, but I'm not stupid.
No.
If you wanted to kill us, one of us, any of us, you would have already done it.
She actually says, I know y'all aren't stupid. But she doesn't say anything more. Because in her head, she's like, that's what I'm counting on.
She's like, well, yeah, we're not stupid. As I said, you didn't need to repeat me. But I'm not stupid. They're not stupid, and that's obvious they're not stupid. But I'm not stupid. I am just trying to be what my mom called empathetic. And I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job at it. Because I can put myself in your shoes and see where you're coming from. If my family was in danger, I would do a lot of bad things too.
She's kind of like, in her head, Amanda said, you figured that out. In her head, she's like, she figured that out. She's like,
I think I would at least.
You never know until you're put in the situation.
Well, let's hope I'm not put in this situation.
She's like,
We'll see how it goes. My mom's not dead.
She's like, Amanda's like, yeah.
Work on your villain voice. And she hangs up.
Amanda's like, I don't need a fucking film. And Hayden was like, how was that?
She doesn't have a villain voice.
She doesn't.
No. I thought she would sound like this.
Well, I guess she sort of lost her villain voice over the years.
Really?
She used to
She
sound
kind of just sounded like a normal person.
She sounded a lot more.
She also doesn't sound that mean.
Meanwhile,
I kind of see why Idris made a deal with her.
Meanwhile, Deadbolt's like, no. Deadbolt's like, do not think of that.
Kalani's like, I kind of see why Idris made a deal with her.
I wonder why Idris made the deal in the first place. Unless he was caught in a moment of weakness.
I don't know. She seems pretty nice and convincing.
That's when she gets you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Well, and Hayden's like, well, you know, so.
She said we're not stupid, though.
She knows we're not.
And I corrected her, and I said, I'm not stupid. Because that's what
What is Hale fucking rolling his eyes?
Hale's like holding his head, like.
So what do you think, Kalani?
What do you mean, what do I think?
About the whole situation?
About her?
Just what's going on, I guess. Her
Well,
and what she's doing.
There's two things. If she killed Mom, she's not redeemable. If she didn't kill Mom, she's redeemable.
It's a fucking fine one!
And she's like, but there's a third thing. And she thinks for a second. She's like, "What did we talk about?" She goes, "Oh, I remember what we talked about." She says, "We were talking about how usually I ask for Hale for help in these things because he remembers conversations better than me."
When was this conversation?
Like 2 seconds ago, in my head with Amani.
That you think you're a forgiving person?
I am a forgiving person. And so I told her that if she didn't kill my mom, that she hasn't done anything that bad yet. And I also told her, since my mom forgave her for all the other stuff, so like, clean slate right now, okay? We're going like moderately clean slate. Like, okay. So then I was like, and you also haven't killed anyone yet, and you're capable of killing us, so why haven't you killed us yet?
She didn't even kill the followers.
Exactly. She hasn't killed anyone yet.
Actually,
so I was like, you're not that like.
Hayden actually like ponders and he's like, you're right. If she didn't kill Kira, then she hasn't killed anyone yet.
And then I said that I might do bad things if somebody put my family in danger. And then she was like, "Oh my gosh, me too," but not like in her own way. She was like, "I guess you'd only know if you put yourself in that situation with those shoes."
My God, this is awful.
She says, so basically, she was saying she's being blackmailed.
It's funny because she really did just hit the nail on the damn head.
Hale is just like, he's like, there's A and B, and fucking.
She went like all over.
Whoa, what's that over there? And then
somehow fucking slammed to point B.
Fucking teleported to
and
B.
it's like everyone's like, yeah, God, she is.
And Hale's like, I feel like she has some points. I feel like Kalani has some points here. I feel like she's got something here.
And Hayden's like the blackmail part, for sure.
I mean, she said some accurate things regardless.
Yeah.
Kalani's like, I don't know. She's done bad things in the past, but Mom said to believe that people can change.
It's funny.
And fucking Hale is like, she might have killed our mom. And Kalani's like, but I don't believe she did. She doesn't seem like, she doesn't have a villain voice. So if she doesn't have a villain voice, how could she have killed our mom?
I'm gonna send you something. Actually, no, I'll just say it after the session. But, Hayden's like, I want to believe our Kira is not dead, especially with the way Amani's acting, but I still cannot figure out until I can find her.
Yeah, well, I mean, if she's not dead, then maybe it's all just because Amani is trying to save her family while also not trying to betray the trust that Mom put into her.
While also not giving Shar any of the creator power.
While also keeping everyone safe.
What an awful way to do it.
I mean, she could have trusted us all from the beginning.
She could have.
But that's not Amani. Not from what I've heard, and not from the conversation I just had with her.
Amani.
I kind of like her.
Don't say that. Like, please don't say that.
Why? I mean, I know she's done bad things, but like, I feel like she's changed.
The only one.
Hale is like,
let's go home. Let's go. It's like
Hale is like,
let's.
You know what? He's like, Kalani, I feel like there's a lesson to be learned from this whole ordeal with our mom. And Kalani's like, what? And Hale's like, maybe it's not always wise to give people second chances. Especially when there's certain people who've done certain things. And Kalani's like, no, I don't think that's the lesson. Unless Mom's dead.
What is Hale thinking right now?
In what regard?
Like, it's just about the situation, about if Kira's alive or not, or if what Amani's doing.
Thinks that there's a strong possibility that Kira's alive based off facts, but based on Amani and who Amani is and always has been, that
It's kind of like.
it's also a possibility she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Kalani is straight up, she's alive. Until proven otherwise. Innocent until proven
Because
guilty.
literally Amani's trying so hard. She's like.
I love Kalani.
She's the really fucking.
She's a ray of sunshine.
Free Kira, and he's like, let's head home for now. I'm sure Amani's not going to do anything. Not right now.
Kalani says, yeah, I know she won't.
But let's watch our bets at home.
Hale says, I'll watch our bags.
She's like, why?
And Kalani's like,
and Devil's like, I bet Devil's like, what the fuck?
Devil's like, yeah, sure. I will keep you safe, no matter what.
Appreciate it, Dad.
I love you, daughter.
Love you.
Will you be bad if I do in fact kill Idris?
No.
Okay. He continues walking. And they do teleport.
The palace is all peaceful and quiet.
Without Kira.
Without Kira.
Oh, poor girl.
Amani's sitting there like, what the fuck? That's literally her.
Amani's sitting here like, and I thought there was just one of them.
She's like, Amani's like, because Amani's like, wow, it's so nice you forgive me, but also don't do that. I'm gonna be dead after this. And Amani's literally like, I'm going to be dead after this if you even make it. If you even make it, I'm gonna be dead.
I don't know. I feel like Kalani's made a new bestie.
Not Amani. Amani's gonna be dead after this, Mary. There's no way they're gonna be like, yeah, go free again. At least 90% of them.
I don't know. Kalani seems pretty.
Unless Amani somehow is able to not cause as much damage as she can.
She hasn't killed anyone yet.
She hasn't. She has not killed anyone yet.
Doing pretty okay. Again, did third timeline crew ever figure out what their plan with Char was gonna be?
I was
They need to set up a
role playing the entire
concept.
fucking shit to even think of that. But I was thinking, because we could use the Amani situation to their advantage. They could use the Amani situation to their advantage. Like, Char comes in at some time where Amani's like, hey, fucking help me. And she's like, okay. Oh no, Lucian's there somehow. Ah! Because I'm sure that she didn't know that Lucian and Sabora were inherently knowing about what's going on with Amani. So she's like, well, they don't really know what's going on with Amani. They're probably just helping because they're kind. But then they figured out blackmailed.
The only time Char would intervene is if Lucian, is if Amani had all of the creator's powers, or if Amani broke the contract. Those are the only two times in which Char would intervene.
Yeah, and then I wonder if Amani broke the contract and if the gods are there to intervene, if they could stop the contract, but also it's like, oh, we got harmed because the contract got into fucking effect.
Sure. It depends on what do you mean by breaking the contract.
I guess sort of like, not like,
because they can't just intervene without cause.
yeah, maybe because a leaf is getting.
Contract technically doesn't affect the god.
Maybe because it's affecting a leaf, which affects Lucian in some sort of way. Nah, it wouldn't work that way.
Leaf's not a follower of anything or anyone.
Damn, Haley, you're fucking sneezing up a storm over there.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So I feel like using the Amani situation would be an easy way to get Char involved, but of course there's only two ways it could go. Which is if Amani quickly gets all the creative powers and is like, and then she's like, wow, and then they're like, you can't have it because these are not your powers, sort of shit.
Yeah.
But that's a lot. That's a lot. Or basically using Fabian as bait along with somebody else that's a follower of somebody else in her realm. That's an easy way to get into Char's realm. Because, you know, now we can't just fucking walk in.
No, she has the doors locked.
Yeah, so, because all I can think of is using Fabian to get into her realm, because no one else can really enter her realm. Maybe Millennia, but why would Millennia do that? She can get snatched in 2 seconds, bro.
Regardless, Millennia isn't following Millennia.
No.
She can't follow Xander. So.
No. I don't think she would want to follow anyone anyway. It's just who she is. So, that's all unless we can grab a random Char follower somewhere and force them to put him in her realm. Doesn't Calliope technically still follow Char, or did she also change?
She does. Technically, you could use Ophelia. Technically, Ophelia is still a follower of Char. Like, Char has the contract on Ophelia's soul, whereas Ophelia is a follower of Lathander. So, she could get into Char's realm. Technically.
Yeah.
And by technicality, that would allow Lathander to be able to fuck around and find out.
Just to fuck around and find out for me.
I think that's another good option, though.
I think it is, because
So,
it gives Lathander access to Char's area.
It just required somebody to get Ophelia there.
Could be Calliope.
Oh, Ophelia's not gonna go for that one.
Yeah.
Could be Millennia.
Millennia could. Though, I don't know if we should go with the Monty gets all the creative powers and Char's like, arr, arr. And then they catch her in the act.
That's why I was saying Ophelia.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about Monty.
How about for Fabian?
yeah, maybe Ophelia and Fabian can, like,
Ooh, Ophelia and Fabian. So they can bring more than one, like, person to get hurt or something. No.
Well, that's the thing, is that the second that Ophelia is hurt is the second Lathander can act. Literally declare war on the realm.
That's true.
And then everyone can declare war. And then it can be an all-out fucking brawl.
Then Char's gonna be so distracted as Monty's like, I guess I'll do nothing.
You like that idea?
I like it, though. I don't know, I feel like there's like something more for some reason.
What's the more?
Like, what's after Lathander gets his thing? What happens during that?
Everyone kills him? Like, everyone goes and kills Char. Everyone goes to her realm and goes and kills her. Everyone from every timeline goes and kills her.
That'd actually be
Because they can all work with Lathander.
And considering that Amani has not taken Rybus's powers either.
The only person who technically couldn't go is Kira, because whether or not she's dead, number one.
But also Char.
But also, within that time frame, Amani still can't be working. She still has to be working against second timeline crew.
Yeah, and maybe if Rybus goes, but Soren still stays, she can be like, oh, I'm technically working against Soren's.
Oh, I'm gonna take Soren.
And she's like, Soren's still here, so
No,
technically.
Soren would not be saying he would be going to.
I guess she'll have to be like, ooh, I'm gonna try to prevent y'all from going. Oh no! Oh!
Oh, damn, I got
Oh,
out.
oh fuck, oh my god. Like, I tried! Like, I don't know, it has to be like, Maddie's gonna have to work hard for that portion. But I think she can pull it off, considering Char's gonna be like, what the fuck? And considering that they're still much stronger than Amani. So it's kind of like, oh no, they slipped because they were stronger than me. They're like, I can't catch them all because they're all together.
It's also a matter of how you're going to get Char to attack
Ophelia.
Ophelia.
Because she
Now,
knows.
yeah.
She knows.
Which could be
Through Fabian that
yes,
it happened.
she goes to attack Fabian, and then she is behind him or something.
Yeah, then Ophelia's like, no.
And Ophelia's like, fuck, I'm gonna hate it here.
Oh no, I got hit. And Char's like, But Char's backup plans scare me.
Bruh, Char like. Fuck.
Because Char's backup plans scare me. I'm sure she has some.
Because Sabora could just make a contract between Fabian and
That is true.
Ophelia.
Yeah, because I was like, my second question was, how is it going to hit when Char has a backup plan, which is basically her just be like, I'm not going to fucking hit you.
Yeah. The contract could literally be whenever Fabian's about to get hit by something, replace.
Would Char still be able to use that contract against Ophelia though?
Which one?
The one she has on her soul by technicality? Or is Lathander basically being like cock blocking it?
She can't control what Ophelia does. But she has. If Ophelia died, she'd have Ophelia's soul.
So basically, her dying is a.
But she can kind of control what Ophelia does because she had Calliope. That was why that worked.
Oh, okay. So it's not like full like almost told you what to do and you.
That's why Ophelia had the smart way out of everything.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me. So I feel like, because using Fabian is a good idea, like, at all. That's what I'm thinking. Using Fabian, and then having Ophelia, because she's basically a good target, or even Shamil or Josie as backup. Like, if it doesn't work on Ophelia, because she's like, got him, and then she'll try to hit Fabian again. And they're like, we have 3 more. Oh no, we have like 700 more of us.
It's the game plan for next session.
Interesting.
Is there anything else you guys want to explore before I end it?
What's the third timeline crew doing?
Third timeline.
After, now that Leon, Josie, and Shamil are spared from eternal demise.
Fucking resting.
Archeon's like,
sleeping.
you're still not leaving the house, Leon.
Literally,
Everyone's
no.
day off except for Sabora.
Archeon said, we're actually taking a whole week. That's Archeon said, one day or...
Taking it off. Because what they did was did the game
They
plan
planning.
for how they're going to defeat Char kind of thing, because they're going to be the main players.
Part.
in that.
Because that's their basically biggest villain.
So they're going to do that. That's kind of what they did, but afterwards they're kind of just hanging around. And the rest of Fourth Timeline crew is still hanging in Lathander's realm.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
They're really just chilling here, like, R's like, what a fat fucking mess. That's literally R. He's like, what a damn mess this is.
Yeah, Ophelia says that's an mistake.
Connie's like, let's trust this bitch. He was like, don't trust this bitch.
Ophelia's like, it's almost like one's hiding and one's Kira.
There's that coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And Amani, I don't even know what the fuck is going on with her ass.
Odd to say the names, but
Her, but not her?
maybe they'll figure out something to fight her tomorrow. Maybe she'll have another plan and they'll just have to go with the punches as they roll.
Mine's throwing weak punches, though.
Semi-weak.
Semi-weak.
They
It's
look,
almost like she wants us to know what she's doing.
they look like full punches, but they pull back.
She punches and then but does not punch again.
She punches, but it's not as strong as it could be. It's as if she's trying to make it look like she's punching as hard as she can, but really she's pulling back the punch before it hits.
Yeah, really.
See what happens to her if she somehow gets out of this.
Who?
Money.
Well, for her sake, I hope Kira's not alive if she wants to live through this.
Guess we'll see what they find out. See, even I have my doubts.
That's for one of the sessions.
Looking. Idris is out of the picture right now. It's like, I'm done with you.
Idris is depressed and dead.
Yeah, she's like, so I fucked you up with your family, but you also took the deal.